I would love to tell you it's you wake up a certain way or you feel really smooth during warm-ups, but it's, you know, at the end of the day.
Maybe we didn't focus on the right things, on getting easy baskets and doing the right play.
Did you see Victor Wembanyama's game last night? He was dropping threes like he was Steph Curry in his prime. But here's the crazy part. Just a few weeks ago, he couldn't buy a bucket from deep.
Oh, in a good way, some of them are really like impressive and like inspiring in the way they approach the game every night. But
NBA games, we got one games every other day, so every time we struggle to warm up, we have pain, you know, we sweat.
Wembanyama started the season shooting a miserable 23% from three. Fans were worried. Was this guy really the next big thing? But then something clicked. Suddenly Wemby's draining threes like they're layups. He's hit 20 of his last 36 from downtown. That's insane for a 7'3" giant. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Picture this. Wemby steps onto the court for his first 9 games, and it's like he's never seen a three-point line before. He's tossing up bricks left and right, hitting a measly 23% from deep.
there's moments in the game. There's different dynamics. Sometimes we need to push the ball. We're growing, you know. You don't want to change. If it's been working so far, you don't want to change all of it. You just want to make it grow.
Fans are scratching their heads, wondering if this is really the same guy they've been hyping up. But then, out of nowhere, something clicks. It's like Wemby found the cheat code to NBA 2K. Suddenly, he's not just making threes, he's making them look easy. In just a few games, he goes from ice cold to red hot, draining 20 out of 36 from downtown. That's a complete 180. So what changed? If you watch his form, it looks pretty much the same, but his confidence, that's skyrocketed. You can see it in his eyes now. Every time he gets the ball beyond the arc, he's not thinking, should I shoot? He's thinking, where's the net?
Proven, but I think it's very much possible. A good defender to me is somebody that can bring a lot more than just.
To see people I love here, because I know you guys are going to be cheering for us for the tournament next game here.
And get this, he's not just hitting normal threes. Wemby's out here pulling up from Steph Curry range. We're talking logo shots, folks. This 7'4" giant is casually draining buckets from places most guards wouldn't dare to shoot from. Can you imagine being a defender trying to guard this guy? 1 second you're thinking, okay, I've got this big man locked down in the paint. The next thing you know, he's pulling up from half court and swishing it. How do you even begin to guard that? But here's the real kicker. This hot streak isn't just about Wemby padding his stats. It's changing the entire game. When he's on fire like this, the whole floor opens up. Defenders are stuck in no man's land. Play him tight and he'll blow past you with his freakish speed. Give him space and he'll rain threes all day.
We bleed on the court, so it's really a minute-to-minute thing. It's a constant 48 minutes effort.
Congrats on the win. We'll see you on Friday.
See you on Friday.
It's kind of hard to explain, but it's something we know. You know, we have to respect the rhythm of the game, or it slips through our hands.
You know who's loving this the most? Wemby's teammates. All of a sudden, they've got wide open lanes to the basket because nobody wants to leave Wemby alone on the perimeter. It's like having a 7'4" Steph Curry out there, warping the entire defense just by existing. So how did Wembanyama go from shooting 23% to draining threes like Curry? That's the million-dollar question. Was it extra practice, a tweak in his form, or did he just need some time to adjust to the NBA three-point line? Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. This hot streak is rewriting the rulebook on what a 7-footer can do in this league.
Physicality, even though I know the engagement was there, you know, and the will to do good, a lot to us as the youngest team in the league. I mean, maybe he brings the average up now, so maybe we're not the youngest anymore.
Game changer? That might be underselling it. What if I told you Wemby's not just changing the Spurs offense, but potentially revolutionizing the entire concept of what a big man can do in the NBA? The ripple effects are mind-blowing. Let's break it down. The Spurs have jumped from 28th to 18th in three-point percentage this season, and it's largely thanks to Wemby's sharpshooting. When he's on fire from deep, the Spurs' offensive rating skyrockets by 15 points. That's not just good, that's game-changing stuff. But here's where it gets really interesting. Defensive teams are scrambling to figure out how to guard this guy. You've got 6 guards like Dylan Brooks trying to keep up with a 7'3" giant who can shoot from anywhere.
For sure, a little bit, but it shouldn't be an excuse because there's ways to go around that.
It's creating a whole new defensive playbook. Brooks has actually had some success, holding Wemby to 23% from 3 in their matchups. But that's just one guy. Most teams are left scratching their heads. Think about it. If you're a defender, what do? Play up close and risk getting blown by? Or give him space and watch him rain threes all day? It's a lose-lose situation. And while the defense is busy worrying about Wemby, his teammates are feasting. Wide open lanes, easy buckets. It's a dream scenario for the Spurs.
Way less in a career. It's very much more rare. Tough conditions, it's gonna respond proportionally, but if we take it too easy, so we have to practice hard. But if we take it too easy...
But not everyone's thrilled about this. Some old school basketball folks are shaking their heads. A 7-footer shouldn't be out there chucking threes, they say. But here's the thing, Wemby's not just changing his game, he's evolving what it means to be a big man in the NBA. He's following in the footsteps of guys like Dirk Nowitzki and Nikola Jokic, but taking it to a whole new level. You think other young centers aren't watching this? They're probably in the gym right now, jacking up threes.
Some of the guys I've been watching growing up, I'm not disappointed, but I'm like, that's it. But some of them, some habits, and I'm still looking forward to expand our game even more once he gets all his minutes back.
Wemby's averaging nearly 3 more three-point attempts per game than traditional centers like Karl Anthony Towns. That's a big shift. So here's the million-dollar question. Is this the future of basketball or just a wild experiment? Are we gonna see a league full of 7-footers pulling up from the logo? Or is Wemby just a once-in-a-generation anomaly? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the NBA will never be the same. Alright, let's wrap this up. Wembanyama's not just draining threes, he's rewriting the entire playbook for big men. This guy's changing the game in ways we've never seen before. It's like he's from the future, showing us what basketball is gonna look like in 2030. Next time you watch a Spurs game, don't blink. You might miss Wemby pulling up from half court or blocking a shot into the 5th row. He's not just a player, he's a whole new style of basketball. And the best part, he's just getting started. So keep your eyes glued to the screen. You're not just watching a game anymore. You're watching history unfold, one impossible shot at a time. Wemby's not the future of basketball. He's making the future happen right now.